Okay, so I don't know if you can tell what I'm gonna make today, but we're gonna make marsala and pasta with white wine butter sauce for the shrimp. So I'm gonna give the camera to Katie so she can hold it. So I have 2 free hands today. Yay! Okay, so what the first step normally would be, which I already did this yesterday, is, well, actually, yesterday I did the first step of cutting the meat, but today I'm doing the first step of drinking some wine. Anyhow, let me get this out of the way. Okay, so your first step would be, or in my case, it's the second step because of the wine. You gotta take your ribeye or whatever meat you have. It started out at about this thick, and it's been pounded down. I cut all the thick membranes of fat away and any of the silver skin that was on the edges. And after you've done that, you take your mallet. You can use either side, and if you don't have a mallet, you can actually use your wine bottle, which is what people probably used to do. But you just smash. Flip it over, do it again. And I don't feel like using my wine bottle, so I'm gonna go back to the way I usually use. I've already done this yesterday on all these. This also gives you a place for the flour and stuff to hold. All of these have already been done already, so I'm not gonna do them again. What I am going to show you what to do is you're going to take your flour, you salt and pepper in here, a little bit of paprika if you want it. You don't have to use paprika, but salt and pepper to taste is a must. But you're just dredging in here. You don't need a white or egg wash, you don't need anything like that. And just flour them and throw them on here. Because the flour isn't, a breading or anything for the meal. It's a thickening agent. And it's like any roux or sauce that you make, you've got to cook your flour. This is just an easy way to get it in there and get it cooked all at the same time with the oil and the meat, and everything retains the same flavors. So, get them all done. All of them covered in flour. Then after you've got them all covered in flour and they're all sitting over here, what I do is I take like a tablespoon or 2 and I add it with it because I like to have a little extra sauce. So I'm done with that. I can throw that away. Off to the sink. Now I'm going to take this, I'm going to set it over here next to where I'm going to be frying. I get this turned on, the back burner. This one I'm not going to worry about quite yet because that's the one I'm going to be doing the shrimp in, and that's a fast cook. But the shrimp don't take as long to cook, so the next step I've got to take care of is getting the pasta put in here, which this isn't already pre-salted water. I like my pasta broken in half, so I always break it in half. Also seems like you get a little bit more that way. That's Angel here, I don't want that. Different types. And there we go. Actually, a little bit of oil in your water helps your pasta not stick after you drained it. So, next step, what we're doing, pan is getting hot. You want to add a couple tablespoons of olive oil. You're also going to want, we'll go with about a stick of butter today on this one because I want a lot of extra sauce. So you get your butter and your oil in there. The oil is going to keep your butter from burning, so you can get it at a much higher temperature and fry at a higher temperature, which that helps for getting a nice brown and a quick cook. So need the butter over here next. While that butter is melting and that's getting done over there, what you want to do with your shrimpy is you want to peel them, devein them, whatever you gotta do, or buy them already pre-done. I'm gonna put a little bit of salt and pepper directly on them to taste, of course. You don't want too much. And I like paprika in my food, so that's going in with it. This is also one of the flavors that's in my flour, so. Alright, so now that this is at least somewhat started, I'm going to take a bunch of onion. Not really a measurement, like a cup and a half, 2 cups, something like that. And I'm going to saute these down a little bit before I even put the steak in there. But I'm also going to saute some with the shrimp. Okay, so this is gonna get turned on, start melting, getting hot, and we got those flavors in there. I want a little bit of lemon. It's about a quarter of a lemon right here that I'm putting in there. We're gonna set that over here, wait for this to get hot. So, you want to crush your garlic, get it ready for your last step of adding it to everything. You get different flavor from garlic when it's been cooked, when it's half cooked, and when it's raw. So, I like to put multiple flavors of garlic in my food. Okay, well while the rest of this is going, this is nice and hot now, so I'm going to add the onion for this. I'm going to let those saute a little bit. Oh no, I lost one down there in the stove, oh no. While these are browning. These are getting close, not quite. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add my meat to right on top of the onions. Oh shit! Damn, that's a pretty good sized piece of meat too. I have to give that one to the dog. Alright, looks like my pan's not big enough for all of this, but I make them fit. Come on, get out of the way. Alright. Maybe I'll fit the rest of these in here. One more to try and fit. Alright, let's see if I can get it in there. Don't worry about the flour coming off of any of them, because the flour does need to come off. That way it can cook them brown up, so when you add the rest of the ingredients in here, you get the sauce going. So, get those in there a little bit, let them sit and brown for a while. And once each side browns up, you're ready for the next couple of ingredients. This one cooking really fast compared to that one. That's nice. Wow, I can add this to that. Alright, so just want to cook your shrimp until they have just started to change opaque, which opaque means white. So it'll go to a from a semi-translucent state to a non-translucent white state. So we'll just let these sit here and brown up for a minute. I'll add a little bit of garlic to it right now, just like this one over here. And then right before I take them off, I'll add that to it again. Alright, now this is going to sit here, it's going to hopefully get nice and caramelized here in the next couple minutes. Then I can add the next ingredient, which will be the wine to this. Which I'll probably use a full glass of wine in here, somewhere around there, maybe a little more, but I haven't figured that one out yet. So, we got a fork. That smells really freaking good. I'm gonna flip a couple of these over. It's gonna take them 5-10 minutes total to brown per side. So you got about a 20-minute cook time, almost 15 to 20-minute cook time, which is average for any piece of meat on the grill, on the stove, or anything. So that's if you want a well done. So, ooh, excuse me. All right. Now, you get your mushrooms. I don't know if you're going to have them already pre-sliced or anything, but we got these pre-sliced. I'm going to cut up about half of them. Oh no, my knife disappeared. So you get your knife, give it a couple of quick chops up, just so they're not as big of pieces. Makes it go along a little farther. I'll put them back in the box with the others, and then we'll dump those in on top of everything else there. So these are, what were these, portobello? Yeah, I already took it off, so I don't know. Yeah, I think they were portobello steak mushrooms, so just gonna add those on top like that. Wait for a little bit longer. Now, I don't measure my wine when I do this, but I do use 2 different wines. And the reason I do use 2 different wines is because I not only like the taste of the Marsala on it, which is a must for a Marsala, but I like the cream sherry because it adds a little tang and sweetness to it that I enjoy. So I got your foot. That's going to sit there and cook away. Reduce down a little bit more, caramelized like this is.
There you go.
Alright, so my pasta's done. Turn that off. Grab this. Head to the sink with that. Blind myself. Yeah, there's some pasta down all of them. That's funny. Alright, so that's ready. This is ready. That's ready. Now, see how we've got this caramelizing going on right in here? It's got, looks kind of like it's burnt and dark color. That's what you want out of it for best flavor. You want to take your wine, add it to it. Careful, it may flame up. But just swirl it around like this. I told you it might flame up. And that'll deglaze your pan. And your sauce is done once this flame goes down completely. The more you shake it, the more flame's going to come out. I'm going to finish it with some fresh lemon. Hopefully no seed went in there. And fresh garlic. I'm going to rinse my hands off. Alright, now, for the Marsala, I'm going to add about 1 cup. Shaking it as I put that in there. That's about 1 cup. And I want about a half a cup of sherry. I want to give it a good mix in. It's gonna take, you know, a couple of minutes for this to get all boiling and hot, which is yummy. So get it all mixed in. Hopefully your flour is coming off the way it should, and then we'll be thickening up here in the next couple seconds as soon as it gets nice and hot. And then I'm probably gonna need a lighter to light this side on fire like that because I want to burn out most of the alcohol, and that tells me that it's burnt out and done. So it's not as thick as I wanted it. Oh, it's off. I wonder how it got put out. Anyhow, this is gonna sit here and thicken. That's gonna thicken a little bit. We're gonna take the pasta out, serve the pasta and everything all on one plate, but not till everything's thickened completely. Find a lighter. Alright, see, I put a little bit too much in there. Then it went out. There we go. It seems like there's not enough alcohol in it for it to actually save flame. Nope, it's all steam now. That's good. So it's getting close to being thickened. Really close to being thickened. Another, I don't know, 2 minutes will be done. This would be done already, but oops. I'm gonna turn it off now anyhow because I don't want to overcook the shrimpies, and they get all like stringy. So I can still smell the alcohol coming off of this one. Yeah, it won't stay lit. All right, so let's plate this up. Alright, so you want to take a little bit of the pasta. You're not going to need much because you got 2 things to eat here. That's probably plenty. Dang it. I'll add more fresh garlic over here just to keep that flavor up a little bit. Where's my little ladle? There we go. Right, so I just want to ladle a little bit of the sauce over the pasta with it. It's a very thin sauce, which is okay. If I wanted it to be thick, I would have added some cornstarch, some flour or something. Or a lot less wine. This is finished. Well thickened, alright, that's good. Make sure that garlic's mixed in. Burn my finger. Oh, that's good. It's gonna need some salt, I can tell it. So, want to grab a couple of your pieces of meat with it. Just plop them in there. Get some of your veggies with it. And dinner's done. I'm gonna add a little bit of, what is this? This is the Asiago, right? Yeah, I think this is the Asiago cheese. I'm gonna add a little bit of that just over the top of everything. And no vegetables tonight, just this. So I hope you all enjoyed a little bit of cooking that we did today, and we'll see you next time. Okay, so now I'm gonna taste. I already knew I needed a little salt on there. I'll put some on there too, just in case. Looks so good. That's really good. I don't know which one I like more.